Shalom. First and foremost, we give our praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rawchaa Qadash. Shalom us to the apostles and the elders, salutations to the brothers that preach and teach this truth and sincerity across the four corners of the planet Earth. This is Brother Bara here, Brother Yahawadah, Brother Yahawah from South Africa, and Brother Cora, and hopefully we get Brother Bayram. Right? This lesson it was entitled what exposing Edomite supremacy. Right? So I'm gonna read from this article. Here. Alright, any brothers have anything to say before we start? Anybody have anything to say before we start? Shalom. Akim?
Nah, go ahead, Ak.
Alright, come. Alright, so the article is it was a speech made by President Botha, P.W. Botha, to his cabinet, right? He was a president of a former president of South Africa, and he was an Edomite. Okay, he was an Edomite. Right, so I'm gonna read from the beginning. It says the following is a speech made by former South African President P.W. Botha to his cabinet. This reprint was written by David G. Maliu for the Sunday Times, a South African newspaper. Right? It says, dated August 18, 1985. It says, Pretoria has been made by the white mind for the white man. Right? We are not obligated even the least to try to prove to anybody that blacks, to anybody and to the blacks that we are superior people. You see, we have demonstrated that to the blacks in 1,001 ways. The Republic of South Africa that we have that we know of today has not been created by wishful thinking. We have created it at the expense of intelligence, sweat, and blood, where the Afrikaners who were to eliminate the Australian Aborigines are the Afrikaners who discriminate against blacks and call them niggers in the States. We are they. Oh, sorry. Where the Afrikaners who started the slave trade? Where is the black man appreciated? England discriminates against its blacks, and their sus law is out to discipline the blacks. Canada, France, Russia, and Japan all play their discrimination too. Why in the hell then is so much noise made about us? Why are they biased against us? I am simply trying to prove to you all that there is nothing. I'm simply trying to prove to you all that there is nothing unusual we are doing that the so-called civilized worlds are not doing. We are simply an honest people who have come out aloud with a clear philosophy of how we want to live our own white life. Right? Anybody have anything to any precept to bring on as I reach there? Anybody have a precept to bring out?
I got a Proverbs.
Go ahead, yeah, what's up?
Proverbs 18, verse 17. He that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor cometh and searcheth him. That's exactly what's happening. For a very long time, Esau has been seen as this beacon of hope unto the nations, But right now, he's been exposed for a deceiver and a liar that he is. Because right now, through Yahawashi setting up his servants the prophets, now the truth is coming out. This guy has been deceiving nations. He has been oppressing nations. And worst of all, the ordinances, the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahawashi, they've been trodden down by these nations. And even to they have stopped commandments of Yahawashi.
You may have to repeat. You may have to repeat. You broke up a little bit right there. Repeat again, Babakosha. Inshallah, woman coming board. Let's Stone forever. Shalom.
Let me read this again. This is Proverbs 18, verse 17. He that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor cometh and searcheth him. So we're searching all the stuff that Esau has been hiding throughout the times. We see the truth coming on right now. But the Spirit of Yahawashi once again flourishing through his chosen vessels, hopefully left out there on the highways and hedges, beginning of the elders, apostles, and the rest of the Akim on down. So there's no hiding place for Esau right now. His mindset, philosophy, his true intent are being revealed right now. And there's no place for him to hide.
That's what Proverbs read. That's read it.
Proverbs 18, verse 17.
Piece up the back.
Go on.
I got piece up the back. Proverbs 18, 17.
Go on.
This is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 6. He said, "For the vile person will speak this Latin. Let me get the English. These Latin words there. Let me get it. Salakia, Isaiah 32. I'm trying to use the new sword. Isaiah 32. Yeah. Isaiah 32 and 6. He said, "For the vile person will speak valiantly, and his heart work iniquity." You understand? As there's Esau, right? The heart, the mind is work iniquity. To practice hypocrisy against the Lord, and to make enmity the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. And there's this so-called white man, but all the wicked devices that he do behind doors, I do in secret, being revealed. You understand? Because look how long this letter written.
August 18, 1985.
And that's now this out to the public now.
Huh.
You understand? And he's the vile person. You understand?
Huh.
I appreciate
the hidden things that Esau searched out.
Yeah.
You see? So this is a proud speech. So I have a precept upon this part right here where it says, "Where is the black man appreciated? England discriminates against its blacks, and their sus law is out to discipline the blacks. Canada, France, Russia, and Japan all play their discrimination too. Why in the hell then is so much noise made about us? Why are they biased against us? I am simply trying to prove to you all that there is nothing unusual we are doing that the so-called civilized worlds are not doing. We are simply an honest people who have come out allowed with a clear philosophy of how we want to live our own white life." Right? So the precept I'm bringing is Zechariah 2, verse 8. It says, "For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory had he sent me unto the nations that spoil you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of my eye, of his eye, Salakia. For behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants." and ye shall know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me. So you see? Because all these nations, we clearly pointed out, all these nations were what? Oppressing the so-called black man, but really actually it was Jake that was oppressing the nation of Israel. Right? I'm reading on. We do not pretend like other whites, right? That we like blacks. That the fact that blacks look like human beings and act like human beings do not necessarily make them sensible human beings. Hedgehogs are not porcupines and lizards are not crocodiles, simply because they look alike. If God wanted us to be equal to the blacks, he would have created us all of a uniform color and intellect. You see? Hey, well, you know, we can pick meat from the bone and we can dissect this statement, because the Most High didn't make us equal. The Most High separated us from the beginning, and he made the super white man a lesser man, really and truly. And these heathen nations lesser, you know. Puts you into what? Second Ezra chapter 6 verse 54. You can go ahead,
if I can read back this precept here, right? I was going to go into this word violently, right? Isaiah 32 and 67, for the vile person will speak violently, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy. And we're going to the word violently, right? It's a senselessness, folly. He said it disgraceful folly of immorality, profane. Others were profane, we were outside the temple. You understand? This before the Esau, profane action. You understand? So this how this devil is speak. You understand? But people still look at this devil as, you know, as a liberal person. You understand? People still look up to this man. People, a matter of fact, let me read from verse 5. Right? There's Isaiah 32:5. It said, for the vile person shall be no more called liberal. And who's the vile person? The so-called white man. Right. This is what Yahawashi was going into. Right? With Proverbs 18 and Proverbs 18 and 17. Right? So he said, vile person shall be no more liberal, because this is how the world used to look up to this so-called white man, as he's this, you know, and his ways is the right way. Right? He said, but the vile person shall be no more liberal, nor the child shall be called bountiful. Right? And this is what happening to this devil right now. Right?
You look up the word vile?
Huh?
Look up the word vile, Baba Kasha.
If you want, no problem.
Oh, no water. In the meantime, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine. Wine is what is doctrine and his philosophies, right? Right? We read about it because this is the Edomite man, right, across there in South Africa. Right? He used P.W. Botha was the president at the time. He's saying we do not pretend like other whites that we like blacks. The fact that blacks look like human beings and act like human beings do not necessarily make them sensible human beings. Right? It says, yea, also he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth he at home, who enlargeth his desire like hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and people unto him all people. Right? So yeah, he heap. You see, what I think, I don't know, again, I speak as a man, but probably the whole uproar about it is that he was that apartheid was actually oppressing other heathens, which would have been the Hamites. So probably that would have been the uproar why the other nations. Again, I speak as a man, I'm not too sure. Just speculating here. Why the other nations? Why are you saying that? Why in the hell that they're making so much noise about us up here in this part of the verse, in this part of the sentence, in the paragraph, right? But he was actually oppressing Hamites too, you know, because all these other nations confederate against the nation of Israel. That's why they you know, they don't have a problem with keeping the nation of Israel down. But in South Africa, there was what? Oppressing the Hamites too, because Nelson Mandela was a Hamite, he wasn't an Israelite. You understand? You found it up? Babakosha, you found the meaning for Bible?
Yeah.
Did you get the meaning for Bible?
Oh, Salakia. I was looking at something. I thought you was looking. I'll get it.
I appreciate to bring on by the time.
Go ahead.
Micah 2 verse 1 and 2. He say, woe to them that deviseth iniquity and worketh evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they forsake it, because it is in the power of their hand. And who is that? I Esau, right? He just plan every day what wickedness he gonna do, right? You see, and they covered fields and take them by violence and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. As we now seeing they with the Hamites and them, the people white, you oppressing them and all too.
This is well, I went back to the article, right? It says we do not pretend like other whites that we like blacks. The fact that blacks look like human beings and act like human beings do not necessarily make them sensible human beings. Hedgehogs are not porcupines and lizards are not crocodiles simply because they look alike. If the Most High wanted us to be equal, two blacks, he would have created us all of a uniform color and intellect. Right? But we're not equal. Deuteronomy 32 tells you that, and but Second Ezra chapter 6 verse 54, which I would read. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made us the world for our sakes. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing but like a spittle, and has likened the abundance of death as a drop that falleth from a vessel. You see? So he's saying that you will make us of uniform color and intellect, but we are actually more intellectual than you, right? And the whole planet was actually one color until you, with your wicked self, with your wicked heart, came and slew your brother, and the Most High was to give you a mark, right? A mark of identification, right? This is 1 John chapter 3, verse I will start at verse 10. I'll start at verse 9. Whosoever is born of Yahawah do not commit sin. For his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin, because he is born of Yahawah. In this the children of Yahawah manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of Yahawah, neither is he that loveth not his brother. For this is the message that ye have heard from the beginning, that we should love one another, not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous. Right? It says, marvel not, my brethren, if the world hates you. We know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death. Right? So hey, we see clearly who is that man. Because all these articles and these lessons, they go for what? Identification. Right? They go for all praises to Yahawashi, right? Because we're using these articles to pinpoint who is the devil, who is the wicked man on the planet Earth, right? We even condemning him by his own speech, right? This is Genesis chapter 4, right? Verse 9. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Right? So he lied and he killed him. He was a murderer. Right? And he said, what hast thou done? Thy voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. Had not thou cursed from the earth, which had opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand? I'm going to jump down. It says, verse 15, and the Lord said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest he right? So that mark only came when Cain died and came back in the regeneration or the reincarnation, right? Which is scriptural, right? According to which is scriptural, right? According to the scriptures, a man will come back and third or fourth generation, right? So when he came back as Esau, he came as what? Red and hairy, right? Red and hairy. Let's bring that out real quick so we'll be clear with the point. Genesis chapter 25, verse 22. Let's go to the point. Verse 25. And first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So that, hey, this was the first time in the scriptures that somebody came out other than melanated. Right? Because the reason being, right, he was the reincarnation of who? Cain. He came with that mark of that sign of identification, that distinguishing mark. Or what? Or what was the Hebrew word used for mark in Genesis chapter 4, verse 15? All right? Anybody have anything else before I continue to read?
Stream going in.
Bring the precept back.
Yeah, they were just talking about, that we different from them now by the Most High, well, we it's not the same now. Right? There's Ezekiel 31, verse 8, right? And the trees who was talking and mentioning in the garden, we know it was other nations, right? Which was different from Adam. Most High separate us. We're not the same, we're not equal. Right? He said the cedars in the garden of God could not hide him. The fruit trees were not like his boughs, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches. No, any tree in the garden of God was like unto him in his beauty. I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of God envied him. Right? And that going back to the Exodus 11, I think it's Exodus 7. I think it's like Exodus 11:7, I think. We saw the Most High part difference between the Egyptian and Israel.
God.
So we're not the same.
Say the Most High separate them. Deuteronomy 32, the Most High separate them. And this is the same thing his son and do when his son return. He can separate the nation and he can separate the sheep from the goat. And we know the sheep is the Israelites.
It says, going back to the article, it says, but he created us differently, whites, black, yellow rulers. And the rule, whites, black, and yellow rulers and the rule. Intellectually, we are superior to the blacks. That has been proven beyond any reasonable doubt over the years, right? It says, I believe that the Afrikaner is an honest, God-fearing person who has demonstrated practically the right way of being. So we civilize these devils, and these devils now, as we were saying, the West Indies coursing over us as though they were civilized and they civilized us, right? Because this is what they were saying about the Native Americans, that they brought civilization to them, but they were comfortable living how they were, right? But the Most High brought judgment on the Native Americans who were what? Jacob, because they wasn't serving Yahawashi in spirit and in truth, right? They was doing idol worship, they was doing blood sacrifices, and they was going off, right? It says, God-fearing person who was demonstrated practically the right way of being. Nevertheless, it is comforting to know that behind the scenes, Europe, America, Canada, Australia, and all others are behind us in spite of what they say, right? Oh, we can put that in the scripture. I mean, that going back.
The lock, yeah. You know, going out with your echoing and you're going in and coming out.
I don't know why I'll get echo because
If your mic is close to the speaker.
no, I don't have no, my mic far from the speaker. And I don't even have a volume. I don't try. Don't know me volume control. If that helps. Brother, yeah, what's up? You still here?
Yeah, I'm still there.
All right, Connor. You feel free to come in. I still echoing. Am I still echoing?
Nah, you're clear.
All right. All right. We don't pretend to. Let me jump now. Oh yeah, once again, scripture. Anybody have any precept?
Yeah, I got one day. If any brother got they can bring it out too. No, he was saying that Esau was saying that they civilized. They claim that they're more wise, but the scripture never said they were wise. The scripture said they were children of fools.
You say that they were wild beasts.
I got a precept. Ecclesiasticus 19 verse 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. That's how Esau rules. Ecclesiastes 4 and 14. It speaks about Esau. When he comes to rule into rulership, everybody becomes poor in his kingdom. That's exactly what has been happening. All nations have been suffering under his rulership. Ever since he got loose for a small season, all nations are suffering at his feet. Everybody, the animal, the creatures which were created.
Salaki, I go back over there. You're echoing, you're going in and going. Anyway, you got to put the mic closer to your mouth.
Let me read that again. Ecclesiasticus 19 verse 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of the sinners prudence. That's exactly how Esau ruled. All right. All these nations have been suffering at the feet of Esau ever since he came into rulership. All nations have been suffering, and things are going to continue to escalate even furthermore down the drain for as long as he's still in rulership. By the sake of the elect, the times are going to be shortened. This is not being civilized. Everything is all messed up. The only righteous thing that is still remaining, it is the hope which the hopeful elect have in Yahawashi, knowing that it says in Romans 13 and 11, okay, it is high time to awake out of sleep. Our salvation is nearer than we have believed, because we see the downfall of Esau and his kingdom, his establishment. It is not established upon the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawashi. Let me get another precept in Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus 45 verse 3 says, by his words he caused the wonders to cease, and he made him glorious in the sight of kings, and gave him commandment for his people, and showed him part of his glory. Because the only ones who are the rightful heirs of this planet is the Israelites. We are the ones who have been given the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahawashi. This is our glory, our light in the sight of the nations, it says in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6. So there's no way that Esau could be the righteous. It is impossible.
No way. This is Hebrew chapter 12, verse 16. It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know that afterward, when he would have for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. No? So all the intellect that they're talking about, that the intellectual, they didn't know what their forefather didn't know that he rejected his birthright for meat at the point in time. It would bring him shame and disgrace. You know? So he ain't so smart after all Esau. Like we were saying, brother Yahawah, someone is watching the videos with Elon Musk. But they're so proud, you know, they want to conquer. They want to conquer this. Hey, the Most High has to destroy this man. This man has no place in the kingdom. Other than building it, they have no place in the kingdom. Because it's pure evil. Their thoughts are non-productive, non-positive. Everything that they think about is destruction. And Scripture said they increase as what? Death and hell. Right? They want to launch rockets onto Mars and space. Space. They will destroy everything if they get every chance, just so they disprove the Most High. Right? They're like, they're like a angry spoiled child. That's what they're like, an angry spoiled child. This is Matthew 24, verse 22. Except those days be short, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect saved, those days shall be shortened. So the Most High shortening days, right? We will strictly physically see, because the time is like 24 hours and the clock, but it's shorter. And it's hotter right now because the Most High didn't have famine, that drought in the land. It's hotter. Hey, I'm off brother Byram was on the street. He was saying that you know, it's cold across there already. It's now September. It's straight out of August. August had what? August had snowstorms. Right? So the Most High, you know, all these things, those who eyes open, the Most High say he's going to do these things to show that he's about to make his return. Is about to make his return, and this proud man is about to get shut up. The Most High about to shut him up and bound him in chains, right? And make him that slave, make him that bitch, make him that what they call us is that we look like human beings and we act like human beings, but that doesn't necessarily make us sensible human beings. The Most High gonna show you that you're not sensible, Esau. Yeah, through him, when that power comes, you're gonna know who's sensible and who's not. Again, something nonsensible because what? The affliction against your brother Jacob. Go ahead up.
Yeah, to show that this man have no wisdom, and show that these heathen nation they have no wisdom. Right? This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 22. He said, yeah, Baruch chapter 3, verse 22, he said, it had not been here. I'm going to start from verse 20. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 20. It said, young men have seen light and dwell upon the earth, but the way of knowledge have they known not, nor understand the path thereof, nor lay hold of it. He said, their children were far off from that way. He said, it had not been here of Canaan, Salakia. It had not been here of in Canaan. They should be know these is Hamites, right? So-called South Africans. Neither had it been in Timan. So we know Timan go back to the so-called white race, right? Verse 23, the Agarenes, which is go back to the Africans, that seek wisdom upon the earth, and the merchant of Miran and of Timan, the author of fables. And these so-called white people, they are the author of fables, mean lies. Right? He said, and searchers, and search it out of understanding. None of these have known the way of wisdom or remember a path. Right? Jump down to verse 36. He said, he had found out all the ways of knowledge and had given it unto Jacob, his servant, and to Israel, his beloved. So, hey, the only people who got knowledge on the face of the earth is the Most High elect. You know, who got the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Heavenly Father. The Scripture says, if you reject the Most High word, what wisdom is this? What wisdom you have? And the so-called white man reject the word of Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi. You understand? He reject it. So this man have no wisdom. That's why Job said they are children of fool.
Anybody else?
And there's Salakin and the precept where Yahawah bring there in Ecclesiasticus, the knowledge of wickedness is now wisdom. And there's we have the knowledge of wickedness. You know, you could do your perfect wickedness. You understand? There's the wisdom that this man have. There's now wisdom. Yeah.
They John 10 verse 10. He said, "The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy." Right? And that is Esau.
Yeah.
Right? He's a thief, a robber, and a murderer. As scripture in Exodus 21 verse 16, he said, "He that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death." Right? And we still in Esau's hand. Right? We still in Esau's hand. Because we have birth certificate. We under their rulership. Right? So we know where the Most High say he shall be surely be put to death. Because we're still in the hands of our enemy. Right? He say, "I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly." So we know with time, we soon out of this place. And we're gonna have it abundantly. As I always say, back in the brick pits for you, you saw any brick pits, boy.
The man have no wisdom, man.
And even Hitler was telling them, you see all your own people lie to all you. You see the people them who all was lynching and killing. Right? If all they only know that them was the apple of the Most High, the jewels of the Most High, all that fear for all their life. That way he do the Egyptian.
Yeah, the elites.
Yeah, he know.
They know. And the people who working with them, people who want them working with them, they know too. It's just them low class Edomites ain't have a clue what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, but they know. These elites of these other nations, they know. They know what the apostles them saying and the sincere actions of Christ the globe. They know the truth. But what they're trying to do, they're trying to debunk it. They're trying to debunk the truth. But these nations have no wisdom. These nations is children. These nations can't rule. These children, they don't know nothing. The Most I see in give children to be our prince. Because we are the judges of the earth. We are the true judges. We are the true rulers of the earth, the Hebrew Israelites. And this way it's seen today. This way it's seen today before your eyes, and these people getting scared. And I like I said that we preaching hate, we preaching segregation. But what this nation was doing all these years, what this nation was doing. You understand? We just do the job that we came in to do. Preach the word, so the Most High can let the elect hear the word and seal the elect. Seal the elect. You understand? This is how we gotta do. Preach the word. This is the job that we come here to do. Preach the word. 144. That was 1044. 144. You understand?
I got a precept.
Yeah,
they to show you that so he not fit to rule, right? Because this man polluting the air with chemtrail, and he living on the same planet, breathing the same air where he polluting.
Yeah, he's a child. The scripture said the Most High said, "Give a child to be our prince." He's a child.
Hey.
Yeah, what's up? Is there something there?
Yeah,
go ahead.
There's a Psalms 94 verse.
Let's keep it more close to the mic.
There's a Psalms 94 verse 10 says, He that chastiseth the heathen, shall he not correct? He that teacheth men knowledge, shall he not know? So he never stood any form of chance from hiding all his wickedness from Yahawah. His eyes are 10,000 brighter than the sun.
God.
It says, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of men, that they are vanity.
Wow.
Whatever, let me read that again. This is Psalms 94, verse 11. The Lord knoweth the thoughts of men, that they are vanity. So everything, whatever devices Esau keeps on thinking he's going to overcome somehow, it is impossible.
God.
The whole story from the beginning, Isaiah 46 and 10, Yahawah always declares the end from the beginning.
God.
So there's no way that Esau can ever escape judgment. It is impossible. That's why we take comfort in these scriptures. Scripture says, whatsoever things were written before time, they were all written for our learning. There's no loophole.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, one up. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, when you read that again, I can bring it down.
All right, I just have just as because Quora mentioned it, Hitler's confession.
Right.
So this will bring it out. Hitler's confession. Hitler said that even in his death, he will start World War III. And we about to be in the time of World War III. So let's hear what he has to say.
Right.
One of his soldiers asked how. Hitler replied, the day mankind find out what I was trying to defend this nation, Germany, from, then that's the day World War III will start. For on that day, mankind will learn. For on that day, mankind will learn that I was trying to save my nation from the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the Jews, right? And they are the ones who the Most High gave the world unto. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and they are the wicked, the Jews, the Israeli, the Jewish people, right? The Ashkenazi Jews, right? They are the Illuminati and the Freemasons, right? For if the Americans wins the war, then they would conquer the world and forever be a slave to the Jews. And this is what had happened. This is what happened, right? And they will try to conquer who? The Most High, right? That is all in the scriptures. He sits in the seat of the Most High. He's acting as though he's in the seat of the Most High and acting as though he is the Most High. But the Most High said, thou art a man, right? For the Americans who win the war, they will conquer the world and forever be slave to the Jews, and they will try to conquer God. Do you know who America has in its possession? No, the soldier replied. The Americans have the Jews of the Most High. The Americans have stolen the Most High's precious jewels. What do you mean, this precious jewels? The soldier asked. Hitler said America has stolen the Jews of Yahawah, his jewelry. The Negroes, they are the true Hebrews. This is what I said. No, they actually try to debunk this and say that this is a false statement, but this was true. You know, because the scripture says never trust the enemy. Esau is a liar. So this is Snoops. Snoops is the name of this guy, right? So Snoops is saying that this is false. Snoops, right? Did Adolf Hitler say he would start World War III after his death? And they try to debunk it, but they can't debunk it because it's true, right? The Jews do rule the world, right? The Ashkenazi Jews, the fake Jews. Revelation 2:9 and 3 and 9 says so. They're the synagogues of Satan, right? Go ahead, after bring a picture.
Yeah. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 28. He said, for they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. And let's refer to the Edomites. You understand? They are a nation void of counsel. You understand? And they have no understanding in them because they don't consider the latter end. Right? This is the scripture going into. He said, oh, that they were wise, that they would understood this, that they would consider their latter end. You understand? And this will not consider the latter end. You understand that they're going to be judged for these things. You know, Esau know what it did. That's why they try to cover up these things. And they try to debunk these things and telling people forget it, and then we all come together and make a better world. Most are not dealing with this shit. The Most High is a power. Most High is a power that the Most High love judgment. You understand? The Most High say require that which is past. So when you do in your past, the Most High require that. You gotta pay for that. Either it's good or evil, you have a recompense.
And Scripture say that. He said, wherever a man sinneth, so shall he be punished.
God.
I got a precept for you. Yahawadah. So Job 24 verse 24 says, they are exalted for a while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. So that's why it says that in Deuteronomy, if only if they were wise and consider their end. Just like all these nations had their chance to rule. 2nd Ezra 6:9, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. He never saw all of it. He never read the T's and C's, as they say in the world. Okay, the terms and conditions of the contract. He never read the fine print. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Going back to Revelation 13:9 and 10. As we have been led into captivity, the same thing is going to befall. Okay, beginning with the main top enemy, Esau, and the rest of the nations, going back to Joel, the 3rd chapter. Just like the article of Hitler when he was speaking about what America is hiding, the jewels of God, of the Most High. That goes back to Joel, the 3rd chapter.
Good.
This let me get that. This is Joel chapter 3. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. The same thing that happened. We're no longer in our land right now. We've been scattered throughout the world, and mainly as we have so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, we are under these byways right now. These curses, of which they're right now the tables are turning right now. The Lord says in Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter, verse 7, once we start obeying Yahawashi, turning unto him with all our heart, our mind, our soul, us and our little ones, these curses are going to be overturned. And we see that happening right now. That's how we're able now, right now to expose Esau, not of our own will and our own strength, but the Yahawah's time.
Hey, yeah, that Joel was on point for the fact where Hitler said what? It's sold any Most High jewelry. And that brought out that is the jewelry is the children of Israel.
Good.
Hey,
quick.
Go ahead.
Hey, now cut on my day.
You have some meat inside here that's going to enrage and bring out some beautiful precepts too.
Yeah, this is talking about the jewel, right? This is Malachi chapter 3 verse 17. Let me start from 16. He said, then they that fear the Lord Yahawah speak often one to another, and the Lord Yahawah hearken and hear it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord Yahawah, and that thought upon his name. And they shall be mine, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, in the day when I make up my jewel, and I will spare them as a man with his own son that saveth him. Yeah, so the jewel are the Israelite, the elect of the nation of Israel.
A quick precept where I was supposed talking about, he saw, he didn't read the fine print now, but that we doing go come back on him. Right? There is Lamentation 1 start at verse 21. He said, they have heard that I signed, there is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. So the same thing we do unto we, the Most High gonna do unto him. He said, verse 22, He said, let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me. For all my transgression, for all my signs are many, and my heart is pain. So all we do is many that do a lot. But he didn't read the contract. He read the contract. Hey, you over abusing liberty.
Done.
Hey, you over there? You see me double right here?
Hey, Salakia, you gotta come close to the
Can I hear me now? Oh,
mic.
Raise up your volume a little bit.
Huh?
Raise up your volume a little bit.
Let's keep close to the mic when you're speaking. I know we're battling some technical difficulty.
Right, you hear me now?
Can.
Right, so I'm showing you this. This is the double right here. PW
Can.
Bota, right? This is one of the doubles right here. PW Bota. Right? I don't know. You seen him on the screen?
Can.
Right, can. Peter William Bota, DMS Africanos. Pronunciation. Right? 12 January 1916 to the 31st of October 2006, commonly known as PW, and Die Groot Crocodile, right? The big crocodile, right? Was the leader of South Africa from 1978 to 1989, serving as the last prime minister from 1978 to 1984, and the first to executive state president from 1984 to 1989, right? So let's continue to read the speech of this devil, right? A stuff for diplomatic, right? I wonder if I can just let me see if I can no, I don't know how to, oh yeah, I could magnify this. Right, so you all should be able to see. For diplomatic relations, we all know what language should be used and where to prove my point. But to prove my point, comrades, does any one of you know a white country without an investment or an interest in South Africa? Who buys our gold? Who buys our diamonds? Who trades with us? Who is helping us develop our nuclear weapons? Right? It says the very truth is that we are the people and they are our people. It's a big secret. It's a big secret. Yeah, let me read from here. That's awesome. Let me scroll down a little bit. Because he's gonna start to highlight the atrocities that they start to do to Jake. Right? Let me see. Who trades with us? Who is helping us develop our nuclear weapons? The very
Keep close to the mic,
right, is that we are their people and they are our people. It's a big secret, right? The strength of our economy is backed by America, Britain, and Germany. It is our strong conviction, therefore, that the black is the raw material for the white man, right? It says, you all see that? It says that the black is the raw material for the white man. So brothers and sisters, let us join hands together to fight against this black devil. You see? You see why this connotation black is so dangerous? Right? They're trying to make us the devil. I appeal to all Afrikaners, which is the white South Africans, to come out with any. You have something to say?
So, you're echoing, you're going in and out. And you gotta come close to the mic.
I write up on the mic after. I write up on the laptop. Let me try again. I'll turn it back. I'm going to turn it back down. Right, you hear me? You hear me?
Done.
Right. It says.
Let me see. Let me see. I can pull it up and see if I can read it too.
All right. The very truth is that so brothers and sisters, let us join hands together to fight against this black devil. I appeal to all Afrikaners, come out with any creative means of fighting this war. surely God cannot forsake his own people whom we are. So he claiming the Most High to be theirs, right? But their God is Satan. It says, by now every one of us has seen it practically that the blacks cannot rule themselves. Give them guns and they will kill each other. They are good in nothing else but making noise, dancing, marrying, and many wives, and indulging in sex. Let us all accept that the black man is the symbol of poverty, mental inferiority, laziness, and emotional incompetence. Isn't it plausible, therefore, that the white man is created to rule the black man? Come to think of what could happen one day if you woke up and on the throne sat a kafir or kafir. Can you imagine what would happen to our women? Does any one of you believe that the blacks can rule this country? This is the president of South Africa, right? The Edomite president of South Africa speaking right now. It says, hence, we have good reason to let them all, the Mandelas, rot in prison. And I think we should be commended for having kept them alive in spite of what we have at hand, with which to finish them off. I wish to announce a number of new strategies that should be put to use to destroy this black bug. It says we should now make use of the chemical weapon. You see, because this is one thing we have to keep in mind too, because scripture says we are wise to the wise of the devil, right? They use chemical weapons from even back in the scriptures to now. Well, not even back in the scriptures, but back in history. To now they're gonna come back to use chemical weapons on us again, right? Just like how they use the smallpox in the blankets with the Native Americans, right? Priority number one: we should not by all means allow any more increase of the black population, lest we would be choked very soon, right? I have excited news that our scientists have come up with an efficient stuff. I'm sending out more researchers to the field to identify as many venues as possible where the chemical weapons could be employed to combat any further population increase, right? And I can prove that it was used in the scriptures. This is Exodus. You're still here, am I clear, right?
Done.
Right. This is Exodus chapter 1. Exodus chapter 1. And I'm gonna say start at verse 8. Now there rose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, right, which is the Egyptians, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. It says, come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it comes to pass that when they are pouring out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they then set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built Pharaoh treasure cities, fighting on Ramses. So you see, so this population control that they're trying here is not something new, right? I want to read it from here. The hospitals is a very strategic opening, for example, and should be fully utilized. The food supply channel should be used. We have developed excellent slow-killing poison and fertility destroyers. So this is why food, the scripture says we shall eat defiled bread amongst the heathen, right? So this is why, because we're saying plainly that this is what they're doing. Chemtrails in the air, and chemtrails also destroying the crop, right? They're also making this crop on them yield less, right? Bring forth less. Our only fear is in case such stuff came in to their hands, they are bound to start using it against us. If you care to think of the many blacks working for us in our it cut there. But nevertheless, the scripture says if they're not good to the altar, who would it be on to? Right? So because when they spray the chemtrails in the air and they put the fluoride in the water, you're also putting in your own Edomite race. Right? When they make the GMO food is unstable, right? It causes cancers. Your own Edomite race doing it. So the Most High has to destroy this devil. It says, however, we are doing the best we can to make sure that the stuff remains strictly in our hands. Secondly, most blacks are vulnerable to money inducements, right? I have set aside a special fund to exploit this venue. The old trick of divide and rule is still very valid today. Our experts should work day and night. There's to set
black, yeah. Hey, this man, that's planning all kind of thing. I remember this video where I think you can do a video on it, Yahawadah. But this white woman, this white Edomite, where she balling, she hate all black people. She says she's not racist. She just hate black people, and she wish that white people could come out with a new plague just to kill blacks only, just to kill all the black people. I could do a video on that. Remember that video?
Can. Yeah, there's the spirit. There's the spirit. You understand? There's the spirit. So that's the spirit that's manifesting is who they is. You know, they can't hide no more. It's gotta be revealed so they're gonna just act. You know, they're gonna show the true characteristic. And this the plan. This devil, what's your name? Is Sega Margaret, what's your name? She plan was to exterminate the Negroes. Yes, there's the plan.
The black eugenics movement. She tells
Planned
Parenthood business, yeah.
So there's a plan. There's a plan. We know that. That's why the Most High gonna exterminate them. Because the scripture said, "Bless them that bless you, and curse them that curse you." And there's the blessing that Yahawashi gives to Jacob.
It says, to set the black man against his fellow man, his inferior sense of morals can be exploited beautifully. And here is a creature that lacks foresight. There is a need for us to combat him in a long-term projection that he cannot suspect. The average black does not plan his life beyond a year. That stands for example, should be exploited. My special department is already working round the clock to come out with long-term operation blueprint. I am also sending a special request to all Afrikaners, mothers, to double their birth rate, right? And they say there's something that's going on here now because the statistics coming out and showing that the Edomite race is dwindling in Europe and in America, right? They're not producing. What's going to happen if you have a whole bunch of homosexuals on our continent? They're not going to reproduce. If you only want to have sex in the rectum, you're not going to reproduce. The rectum wasn't made for that. The vagina was made to reproduce. It has a womb.
Good.
You understand?
So quick one there for back up the two.
Wait, that's supposed to show that we more intellect than them.
To back up you and Corey, Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 verse 14 verse 5. It says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?" Because he's spraying this chemtrail, he got all these GMO food, he got all these different the letter what Brother Barry reading there with all these different chemical and these different soda and things that he's using, as Brother Corey said, he's destroying his own people. He don't care about that. Even destroying your own self. That's why they're dying rapidly and they're not reproducing. Right? So he said, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods." You understand? So this devil not gonna take no pleasure in his good. He's not even good to himself. So who he gonna be good to? So these things no surprise we. They give me more faith in the scriptures because the scripture is truth.
I got a precept. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, sort of verse 3 says, "An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited." You can't inhabit this place because it's all about what? Pollutions.
Good.
The food that you eat, the oxygen that you breathe in, everything you touch is all contaminated. Women contaminated because of the error that is proceeding from the ruler, as King Solomon said in the book of Ecclesiastes. Verse 4 says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. There's no any kind of prosperity in the society, because the ruler is the source, okay, of all these problems that we have. He's the cause of all these troubles. Once he's taken away, then true righteousness will begin to reign. Because why? Because the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked, it says in the book of Job 9:24. But right now, was that in Psalms 82? Let me get this one. It's Psalms 82, verse 4. This is what's happening right now. This is Psalms 82, verse 1. It says, how long will you judge unjustly and accept the presence of the wicked? Salah. It says, defend the poor and the fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and the needy. This is the beginning of the righteous kingdom being established by this work that is being done throughout the four winds of the earth. The servants of prophets being standing upon their feet right now. It says, deliver the poor and the needy and free them out of the hand of the wicked. This is exactly what we're doing right now. Try reading, the elect of the part of the wicked. The rest have been blinded. But the world does not see that Esau is the cause and the source of all wickedness. He was born estranged from the and was that in Isaiah? It speaks about Esau being the rod of the Most High's anger, and the world has felt this rod with continuous strokes, but it's all coming to an end very soon.
Barakatah Yahweh, Yahawashi, Rawchaa Qadash, Shalom.
Shalom, Yahawashi.
Shalom, shalom. Yahawashi,
This is Isaiah 24:5. It says, the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the Lord and changed the ordinances and broken the everlasting covenant. See? Esau. So do all that shit. Right? As I go on to read, you see how much of that they are responsible for defiling the earth. Right? As I go on to read. This is Sirach chapter 10 verse right? Sirach chapter 10 verse 3. It says an unwise king destroyed. No, Salakia, this is what you just read, huh? Yeah, unwise king, Salakia. This is Leviticus chapter 18 verse 25. Leviticus chapter 18 verse 25. It says and the land is defiled, therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it, and the land itself vomited out her inhabitants. Right? Because in Isaiah 1 and 9, I think it says unless the Lord had left a remnant, which is the elect, the whole land would be like a Sodom and Gomorrah, or Sodom and Gomorrah, or Sodom. Yeah. Let me get it really quick. So I'll be correct. Isaiah 1 and 9. It says, except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. Right? So, this place going down like a ship with a damaged hull. It's going down. Right? It might start off slow, after a while it's gonna go down fast. Right? But if you know, the pace increasing. Right? You see, because we're talking about we were just talking about Edomites not reproducing. In most recent times, they come out and they were saying that the population dwindling, right? But the population dwindling because of the practices. They are homosexuals, they are lesbians, they into bestiality, they into all manner of fornication and lust that profane, right? So they could never increase, because the Most High created sex for us to procreate or recreate, right? That was the purpose of sex. But they're using it They're using it wrong. That's the best way to put it. And they claim to be more intellectual than us.
That's
Right? So
something.
let me just go back to the article. It says, white young men and women to produce children for the nation. We are also investigating the merit of uterus rentals as a possible means of speeding up the growth of our population through surrogate mothers. See? This man is despicable. For the time being, we should also engage a higher gear to make sure that the black men are separated from their women and fines imposed upon married wives who bear illegitimate children. It says, I have a committee working on finding better methods of inciting blacks against each other, right? And encouraging murderers among themselves. Murder case among blacks should bear very little punishment in order to encourage them. My scientists have come up with a drug that could be smuggled into their brews to effect a slow poisoning result and fertility destruction. Working through drinks and manufacturing of soft drinks geared to blacks could promote the channels of reducing their population. One of these drugs, from my own research, is high fructose corn syrup, right? Lowers fertility and creates cancers, right? It is more than a soft drink. It's in your foods. It's an artificial sweetener, right? Ours is not a war that we can use to use the atomic bomb to destroy the blacks. So we must use our intelligence to effect this. The person-to-person encounter can be very effective. As the records show, that the black man is dying to go in bed with the white woman. Here's our unique opportunity. Our sex mercenary squad should go out and camouflage with apartheid fighters while doing their operations quietly, administering slow killing poison and fertility destroyers to those blacks they thus befriend. We are right. We are modifying the sex mercenary squad by introducing white men who should go for the militant black women and other vulnerable black women. We have received a new supply of prostitutes from Europe and America who are desperate and too keen to take up the appointment. My latest appeal is that the maternity hospital operation should be intensified. We are not paying those people to help bring black babies to this world, but to eliminate them on very delivery. It's reminiscent of what happened in the scriptures when Pharaoh told the midwives to kill the boy children of Israel, right? Because we're not paying those people to bring black babies into this world, but to eliminate them on very delivery. On the very delivery method, if this department worked very efficiently, a great deal could be achieved. My government has set aside a special fund for erecting more covert hospitals and clinics to promote this program. Money can't do anything for you. So while we have it, we should make the best use of it. In the meantime, my beloved white citizens, do not take to heart what the world says and do not be ashamed of being called racist. I'm not mind architect and king of apartheid. I shall not become a monkey simply because someone has called me a monkey. I will still remain your bright star, His Excellency Bota.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Psalms 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. The article you went into there, although you catch it late, the part where they mention how fructose corn syrup, the sodas. I'm a victim of that. From the time I was a little boy coming up, I used to drink a lot of sodas, and that's how we became sick in my later years, right? So it is artificially engineered for us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, huh? That way the scripture says, never trust thy enemy. Right? And if you notice all of these drinks real cheap. I even know because I still transport them to and fro to these supermarkets, right? So these drinks sell real cheap, and it's be in the poor neighborhoods. And when you got sales, when you got like concerts or cricket, there's go through the roof. You understand? Because they could get them sell fast. So it's all targeted for the children of Israel. I got another scripture here, Psalm 75. You see, Esau, you can pay, right? You can pay, right? You see, we come into a time where you get exposed and you can pay for all the atrocities you did to the children of Israel, huh? Psalm 75 and 7. But God is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture. And he poureth out the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. So it's sometime for you to drink everything that the Lord is going to give you, Edomites, because unto this day you are still targeting the children of Israel, and your aim is to keep us down. You keep putting the women above the men, which divides the household. You understand? With these women out of order, let me tell you, everything is in disarray. Always demasculating the men. Women is put roles switch now. The women above the men is more effeminate, more demasculated, and women is just used for merchandise. You understand? All that's part of Esau agenda. But the Lord sees, man. Go ahead.
God, if we could add to what Brother Question say, that's why the scripture refer to Esau as a profane person, right? He outside the temple, and there's confusion. So Esau vibration is about confusion, pushing this confusion on the nation, on the entire planet. He got putting chemistry in the air, this confusion, putting fluoride in the water, this confusion, all these artificial soda that he created, there's confusion. You understand? So this man vibration is all about confusion. That's why the Most I said that they're profane. That's what he is.
I get that scripture for you, man. You get that scripture for you?
God.
Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For so you are profane. The Lord didn't create you. The Lord didn't create you to be with us. You are separate. You're out of the temple. You have nothing to do with us.
God.
For you know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. So there's no place of repentance for the nation of Edom. That's plain to the point. You're violent. I just uploaded some earlier videos there with Esau buck breaking. He had sex farms. B. In fact, he would have sex with young women as old as young as 6 years old. 6 years old and up.
It's there just now.
Esau had sex farms during slavery.
God.
Esau got would deal with girls as young as 6 years old and up. You understand?
They would rape.
Yeah, can.
They rape Jake you. And don't forget the so-called father of modern gynecology.
I just getting so brother. Yeah, think of my. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you go ahead. I just repeat. It just came on my mind.
Yeah, can. He would put his son. He would put his son to sleep with his mother. He would put. He saw did some things to this nation. You know, it's good that says he touched the apple of his eye. One of that scripture off the top.
Yeah.
Done.
I read it earlier. I bring it back.
Oh, Salah.
I bring no problem, man.
Because that's what he did to the nation of Israel. He don't even understand. He touched the apple of the Lord's eye, and the Lord said he's fighting for the nation of Israel, man. But why vocabulary and all these other clowns can't understand that? Huh? They're always trying to save these heathens. You cannot be saved. You have no part of the house of David.
Vocab no class Malone lost, and all them Israelites who follow him, mind not right. Their mind polluted.
God.
You understand? The mind polluted, so they can't grasp what's being said from the scriptures.
God.
Our people destroy this. When I listen to Jake and how Jake tried to defend this vile person, you can know that they're not in the right mind. It destroy people. You know?
After the
destroy.
Yeah.
After the. Go ahead, brother Salah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying after knowing about the history, the slavery that we went through and still going through, they still feel that Esau has changed and he's no one of us. This man ain't changed. He's more sophisticated, but now that Trump in office, now you're seeing his true colors coming out, and it's only going to get worse, B. And the Lord is going to show you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that Esau doesn't let you, man. Even these other nations don't let you. Ham don't let you. Ishmael don't let you. Moab and Ammon don't let you. I had an experience early last week. I make a delivery, man. How to look down for me, how to treat me, man. But I laugh. I laugh. You see, I laugh. Just continue doing what I had to do. These other nations don't let you, man. But the Lord can soon show them, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is Zechariah chapter 2, verse 8. For thus said Yahawah of hosts, after the glory had he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that touched you touched the apple of his eye.
Playing it to the point, man. You touch the Lord's anointed, man. You think there's no recompense, Esau, man?
I precept here.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
They Mark 9 verse 42. He said, and whoso shall offend one of these little ones that believeth in me, it is better for him that a millstone will hang about his neck and he will cast into the sea.
Amos chapter 1 and 11. Thus said the Lord, for 2 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send fire upon Timon, which shall devour the places of Bozrah.
Good. Akem Yalin Barade?
Slight.
All right, yeah, I'll lean back far from the mic. Sorry, so back here.
The brother Kosha was saying, hey, these jakes now, hey, they're gonna see Esau in action once more. Because you know you have a short time, as the scripture in Revelation 12:12. Right? So you know we're gonna see the devil in action. We're gonna see him for his true colors, who he is. And he's gonna bring a real hell on these 2/3 out there. They will see the so-called master that the soul love. They go see him. That's why the scripture said, never trust thine enemy.
Don't pause.
You want to trust Esau and join hands in hand with him?
I got a precept.
Proceed.
This is a prayer of Azariah, chapter 1, verse 9. It says, and thou didst deliver us into the hands of the lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of the Most High, and to an unjust king and the most wicked in all the world. That's Esau. There's no one who has done more atrocities more than Esau. Nobody has delved into wickedness on the left-hand side in history ever than Esau. And if he is not stopped, there will be no flesh to be saved. There's no telling how far Esau can go. Esau has no limits to wickedness. He was born wicked from the womb, and he cannot be trusted. But 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you still do not see this guy for what he is. A scumbag, the lowest of the low. The Most High says what in Daniel 7:4-17? He's the one who set up what the basis of man, that the living may know that he's the one who ruled in the kingdom of man. How the hell do you think it's possible as a low life such as Esau has been power for so long? Except for Yahawashi would have been the one who set up Esau in the first place. This guy has no understanding. Everything that he does, it is opposite of life. It is anti-existence. Everything about him. Let me get another one, the book of Psalms. This is a Psalms 71. Verse 4 says, deliver me, O my power, out of the hand of the wicked, out of the hand of the unrighteous and cruel men. And that is Esau. We need to be taken out of his clutches. And the only avenue and the only hope we have is in Yahawashi. The return of Yahawashi HaMashiach, which 2/3, they're not looking forward to the return of Yahawashi. The only thing they're looking forward is what? This place to continue him. As it says in the book of Peter. As it says in the book of Peter, okay, things have continued since the days of our forefathers. But in the days of our forefathers, we never had these crazy youngsters that we see today. They have no morals. They do whatever they want to do. Since the days of our forefathers, things were never like this as we see things happening. There were no chemtrails. Okay, there was these women. We no longer have women in our lifetime. We just have what the best of the West. And we're supposed to suffer all these things until Yahawashi comes and save us out of this hellhole. It says verse 5, 71 verse 5 says, for thou art my hope, O Lord, power, thou art my trust from my youth. And that's why the scripture says what? We got to prepare ourselves for the search of our forefathers since the days of our youth. Okay, going back to the book of Deuteronomy 32, the Most High chose us, man. He chose us, and we're supposed to be returning unto Yahawashi and seeking his face continually. And that's all that we're doing right now, to the best of our ability. But we have what? The world is all what? Against us. But we know Yahawashi said, look, we got to take comfort in him. He already overcame the world. We're going to have tribulation, but guess what? He's with us. All right.
Yeah, that scripture in, I think it's in Psalms where David say, hey, who gonna deliver we out of the hands of the strong? Because if the Most High created Esau to be the wicked, we know that gonna be wicked. The Most High created to be the wicked, right? There's Psalm 17 verse 13. He say, arise, O Lord Yahawah, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Right? So we know Esau is the Most High sword, so we know that's gonna be perfect wicked. So we know who we dealing with. But the Most High gonna destroy me. He overview liberty and wickedness.
For the affliction.
Yeah. Hey, this man take wickedness beyond wickedness, you know.
Just he was prayed for.
Yeah, you take it at a different level. And you all people, hey, 2/3 of people still want to cleave this man. And we people still want to love this devil and cleave to this man.
Gotta love. Yeah, we gotta love wickedness too. They don't know better. And they don't want to take correction. That's why they're gonna be destroyed. Scripture say, who will pity a charmer that is bitten by a serpent? If you play with a snake and you get bite, who will feel pity for you? You're supposed to got sense that you're not supposed to play with a snake. Especially a snake, a poisonous one too. And Esau is a poisonous serpent, so they're gonna get bite. And nobody not gonna pity them. I got one here before you take the video. Job 26 and 13. He said, but his spirit, he said, by his spirit, he garnished the heavens. His hands had formed the crooked serpent. So you can't make Esau straight. You can't tell Esau peace. Esau don't know nothing but peace and love and love this one and deal with honesty. Hey, there's not the attribute of the so-called white man. And this is what people don't understand. This man attribute is to do evil. Don't care who you tell this man can't do good.
So like, yeah, what precept is that?
It's Job 26 verse 13. So the Most High say he framed he formed the crooked serpent, which is his so-called white man.
This is Numbers 24 and 18. Them shall be a possession, and say also shall be a possession for his enemies. And Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable, and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
Okay.
And that's Esau. Slavery, and then you're going to perish. Have no salvation, no matter how much Christians can chant and dance and make the plays and shout and catch the fits and call it the Holy Spirit. Okay. They're still going to perish. Yeah. Stockholm syndrome is gonna end.
No matter how much hallelujah they see.
Yeah, God. I just want to run this next video real quick.
Right.
Of Life report also shows that Gauteng and the Western Cape provinces have a significantly higher quality of life than this.
No, but yeah, what's up? Predominantly, the west part of South Africa is more predominant Edomites. Yeah, what's up?
It's on mute. Let me on the plantation, see mute, you must see doing something.
All right, all right.
Can you repeat your question?
Beg your pardon? Repeat the question.
Can.
All right, I was asking if the Edomites in South Africa are predominantly on the western side.
Oh, no, southern side. From Botswana. From Botswana, Namibia, and what's that place? Mozambique. They're all Edomites from the southern parts downwards.
Okay. All right, just from what the guy was saying.
Mozambique. They got brother from I think it's Biro Camp. He's from Mozambique. From GMS. I don't know if it's the main camp. Yeah, but he from tell me from Mozambique. Yeah.
Okay, come.
Tell me from South Africa too. Yeah.
A township that resonates with the struggle against oppression. Like the rest of the country, many of the residents here have experienced discrimination. Under apartheid laws, no African was supposed to earn the same salary as their white counterparts, even if they were doing the same work or working the same hours.
How could that be just? They working the same hours, doing the same work, and the white man just making more money than you. And most likely Jake there, so they want more skill than the white man. That's wickedness. This kingdom have to go down.
Africans were not allowed to buy land or own property anywhere in the Republic. Since the end of apartheid, little has changed.
The white people in this country have started off from 1994 from a very well-resourced base, so there should be no surprises here. We've had Job Preservation Act, which continues to show its legacy through the recent report of the Employment Deputy. We've had dispossessions. This is why even today black people continue not to have land, and the list goes on. So I really don't think we should be surprised. This is really just a reflection of the fact that South Africa was colonized and was brutalized by apartheid and colonialism.
Limpopo and the Eastern Cape have the worst quality of life with scores of 5.0. Other provinces had higher unemployment rates than the national average.
80% of state schools either did not have the necessary funds, the necessary facilities or resources, or the adequate staff to provide proper education to mostly black children who attend these state schools.
Since 1994, there's been little or no change for some black people. Some still live in squalor condition. According to the Quality of Life Index report, black people have little or no access to basic services such as water, sanitation, or waste removal.
As a country, all of us should be ashamed that we have that kind of a situation. And this is why even on broad-based BEE, there should be no confusion. Broad-based BEE should not be a strategy of poverty alleviation. We must have very clear poverty alleviation programs in the country.
Some black Africans still have low literacy levels and don't have access to decent jobs like their white counterparts.
And that's why they've been.
But we can come back because basically you get the point. It's just oppression. Just oppression.
Yeah, you rule the nation in anger. You rule the nation with anger. Isaiah 14. This devil. Yeah, this is Isaiah 14 and Isaiah 14 and 6. He said, he who smote the people with wrath, with a continual stroke, he that ruleth the nation in anger is persecuted and none hinder. And that's how he rule. Now one more day. This is Isaiah 59 and 7. He said, let me start from verse 6. He said, their web shall not become garment, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity. He said, and their act of violence is in their hand. Their feet run to evil. They make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Sin and destruction are in their path. The way of peace they know not. There is no judgment in their going. They have made them crooked. Whosoever goeth therein shall know no peace. This is the highest attribute is the attribute of the so-called white man. You understand? This how he operate. Yeah.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 11, verse 42. It says, "For thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast heard the peaceable, thou hast loved liars and destroyed the dwelling of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such that did thee no harm."
God.
Yeah, that's a devil. This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 6. "How are the things of Esau searched out? How are the hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid the wound under thee. There is none understanding in him." Because what? They had the allies, China and all these different nations, but now they're turning their back and they're joining Russia. And basically the nations just spread up because there's oppression everywhere. They say the same hand they're dealing one, they're dealing all. And that's what treachery and deceit. Because that's what the scriptures say they rule through deceit. Right? And these nations just they hip their poison now.
Canada, the same thing in Hosea 12:7. He's a merchant of balance. The deceit are in his hand. He loveth to oppress.
The scripture says Psalms his right hands, he write down a falsehood.
And
Kasha area. See if the mic plug in up. See if plug in properly. Nah, we hear ya.
we ain't not.
Yeah, they're going the whole night. Nah, plug it out. Plug out the mic, the headphone and plug it in back.
Not near that.
Nah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I got prison.
Satan acting a fool. Look, brother, what's happening? All got taken off.
Yeah, fine. These connections these last days.
Yeah. You saw this hey.
Yeah, this connection these last days is a battle. But
it's their tools we use it against they, so they could use it to act against us. But it doesn't matter the word born out to the four corners of the planet Earth. Right?
And we know what coming and farming at the wood, so you know they will lock off the internet access to the wood they will push out. So we know what coming.
This seed gonna plant in the elect. Don't care what the elites try to do, what Tutor the Israel try to do. You know, this word gonna plant elect, which is the mind. No matter what they do. So they can mess with the connection. They could take down video, they could flag a channel, they could do all these things. But the word gonna plant in the elect. No man can stop that.
How to be seen.
Amos 8 and 11, behold, the days come, saith Yahawah, power, that I will set a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of Yahawah, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, right? They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahawah, and shall not find it.
God.
So, anybody have anything, or we could end there?
Yeah, I ain't got
no. Shall I have anything? You gotta put it up. It says, Matthew 16 and 18, and I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. I can't. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, the truly spirit, there's a fight, the adversary fighting us. And yeah, there's the word. Can't prevail against the word. No, hey, we can mime it. We can mime it. So you're going down. Yeah, we can mime it. So you're done. I don't know matter how much you try. But yeah, what's up? You have any closing words? Oh, but yeah, what's up here? Quara.
Yeah, I'm going to close after this one. Yeah, I'm
what's up?
That one.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, this Umadaya was because what Esau did to Jacob was all violence, right? This is Umadaya 9. And thy mighty man of Timon shall be dismayed to the end, that every one of the mouth of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. And this is we imagine against Jacob. So this is what I'm to him. Verse 10, for the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. He said, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So Esau, this is your future prophecy. Slavery for 1,000 years, and after 1,000 years, Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi going to eradicate you devils.
Can as Scripture Jeremiah, with the most I say you use we as you upon the war, we go destroy Esau, because when you read in Genesis 9:6, he say, whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. So the most I gonna make it we shed the blood. But he defile the land. And the only way the land gonna be cleansed is by his blood out of spill.
God.
So we gonna spill the blood.
Acts chapter 5 verse 38. It says, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, then will it come to naught. But if it be of Yahawah, he cannot overthrow it, lest happily he be found evil to fight against Yahawah. Right?
God.
So you're not fighting against the men that he sees, Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. Revelation chapter 13 verse 9. And if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with a sword must be killed with a sword. And here is the patience and faith of the saints. Judgment will come to Esau, our oppressor, and to all these nations that join hand in hand with oppressing us. Right?
This one. There, same Revelation 9:5. He say, and surely your blood of your lives will I require, at the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man, and at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Esau he spill real blood. The most I go to inquire, we do, and recompense the same thing.
God.
That's why he say, do unto him what he have done unto we.
It says Numbers chapter 23 verse 19. For is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent? Had he said it, and shall he not do it? Or had he spoken, and shall it not be good? Right? And for the brother, Pasha, Daniel 7 and 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever and ever. Right? That is eternity.
Okay.
Hey, a quick precept here. Is First Corinthians 6 verse 2, right? He said, do he not know that the saints shall judge the world? Right? Because we're going to be back in rulership. Right? We're going to be the two judges. Right? And even in the lost tribe and promised land, right? Where the natives say, you know, we're going to be lords of the earth. As how we once were, and we're gonna rule the world. Right? So he say, 1 Corinthians 6:2 say, he said, do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are he unworthy to judge the smallest matter? He said, know he not that we shall judge angels? How much more thing that pertaineth to this life?
This is Jeremiah 49 verse 7. I really read the scripture. Isaiah 49 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stood up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It had raised up from their throne. And I'll read the finish from here. Just hold it a little higher. Right, from their thrones and all the kings of the nation. This is Jeremiah 49 verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahawah of hosts, is wisdom no more in Timon, his counsel perished from the prudent, is their wisdom vanished. Hey, I have no counsels now. Satan and all his imps gonna move, to be destroyed. You know? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of the Dedan, right? That is Germans and the Edomite, right? For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. The great gatherers come. If the great gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. Because really actually that goes back to the law. Because really actually the law say what? If you're harvesting a crop, you don't take all the crops, you know. You leave some for what? Poor. That was the welfare system that the Most High set up in the law, right? So what the scripture saying, if grape gatherers come, they will leave gleaning grapes. They will leave some for the poor. But guess what? You all didn't leave anything. You spoil the whole nation. The whole nation. Right? We just read the article from the speech from Vice President Botha, that's from South Africa. And he said that all these other nations, they're doing businesses with them because they're all white. And you know, it's common knowledge that they all benefit, they all will profit. Right? So they all conspire against the nation of Israel. It says, if grape gatherers come to thee, will they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. But Esau never had enough. The scripture called them proud and a vicious man. It says, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places. Right? Going back to the Illuminati, the world knows about it, besides the fact that the Israelites have been speaking about it. But the Most High put that spirit of revealing, whistleblowers, people who coming from behind the curtain and seeing the councils, right? People that revealing the wickedness. They shall warm you, but you know, Shai Barakatan coming board, right? It says, and he shall not be able to hide himself, and see the spoil and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, which was the nation of Israel, have surely drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, for thou shalt surely drink of it. I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, and a reproach, and a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. I've heard a rumor from the Lord, and ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together, and come against her, and rise up to the battle. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen, and despised among men. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and thy pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as an eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Also Edom shall be a desolation, every one that goes by shall hiss. Everyone that goes by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and the Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith Yahawah. No man shall abide there, neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan, against the habitation of the strong. He's strong. Esau is strong. But I will suddenly make him run away from her. And who is a chosen man, that I may appoint over her? For who is like me? And who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me?
I want to the Isaiah 26 verse 5. He said, for he bringeth down them that dwell on high, the low city, he laid it low. He laid it low, even to the ground. He bringeth it even to the dust.
Oh. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 3. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble? When he had begun to burn, may one turn again an arrow that is shot by a strong archer. Hey, nobody ain't going to do that. Hey, Brother Kwasha put Isaiah 14 and 18. All the kings of the nation, even all of them, in lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as a raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass shod on the foot. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, and iniquity of their for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the whole world with cities. So they're going to be eradicated. Thus saith Yahawah, right? That is righteous judgment, because the Most High doesn't want that evil to. Hey, we just needed to know evil in order to be righteous judges. We just needed to have that balance, right? You can't judge if you don't know both sides. You have to know what is good and what is evil, right? So that was the whole purpose of the Most High being the white man. So when his purpose is fulfilled, the Most High is going to eradicate him, and whatever has happened with that spirit will happen with that spirit, because he's the father of lights, right? But we don't want them to, like Yahawashi doesn't want that spirit to come back here to fill the earth with his cities anymore, because he's just pure wicked. Anything with what's up?
Yeah, I got a last precept. It's Job 24 verse 1 says, why, seeing the times are not hid from the Almighty? Do they that know him not see his days? That's exactly what we see right now. The days, the times are fulfilled. This is the time whereby we're going to finally see the downfall of our enemies. There's nothing better for man to live and to see the downfall of his own enemies. And Esau is the main, the head of the serpent, the main enemy, the objective when Yahawashi is going to finally be cracking the sky, the clouds. Every eye going to see Yahawashi, the strangeness of our salvation. All nations, they're going to finally know there's only one true power, Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi. Every knee will bow, every tongue will confess.
That's right.
Because the video that you played before was cut off. Speaking about the whole policies that Canaan is trying to implement. The first policy which they did was called willing buyer, willing seller. And that policy was influenced by the external factors, the Oppenheimers and the DuPonts. They're the actually ones who came up with this the policy of willing buyer, willing seller. So the policy never worked out. That's why we see this whole now we see these Canaanites now realizing, look, man, we should never trust Esau in the first place. Because even Nelson Mandela, if you will Google it very quick, he was a Mason himself. Okay, the so-called leaders, the top head leaders of the ruling party right now, those so-called veterans, they were all nothing but Masons. They already have taken the one from Esau. So that's why you see since the inception, the creation of this EFF and the BLF, now they got to try to catch up, so to speak, because now they realize, look, man, we've sold out. Now these youngsters, now they're coming and they bring the truth out. They're sick and tired of being oppressed by Esau. So that's part of the main reason why we see the ruling party now trying to catch on with this whole this new policy of land expropriation without compensation. The pressure, they're feeling the pressure from EFF and BLF and those parties who are like-minded. Okay, because they've went astray from the original what they call from the sun, what they call it, this thing, man. They call the sun clause, the sun clause, the sunset clause, which was enough about a deal between the elites of Esau, which the deal which they made, with the so-called Liberation Party. That's why certain parties never took part in those negotiations, because they knew, look, man, we only want to end up selling out. Eventually, that's what happens. But now the Most High is stirring up the spirit among all the nations to awake themselves. As just read in the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, the dead are stirring themselves up against Esau. Very soon, the scripture in Isaiah 13 is going to be fulfilled. It shall be as a chaste road that no man taketh up.
All right. You brought a piece of information there that man. If he's not good to himself, who would he be good to? And then he's such a deceiver. I don't know if you've seen the screen. Nelson Mandela was a 33-degree Mason.
May 10th, 1984. Now, this man, Nelson Mandela, I have from a person who would know, is a 33rd-degree Mason. Nelson Mandela is also a communist, and Nelson Mandela is absolutely annihilating anything that even remotely looks like Christian in South Africa. This ethnic cleansing that we're hearing about is Christian cleansing throughout the world. And as the Antichrist becomes more powerful, you're just simply going to see more and more and more of it. Now here, we have a picture of John Paul II hand in hand with the communist 33rd-degree Mason, Nelson Mandela. Most of all the blacks think that Nelson Mandela is the great black hope in South Africa. You're shaking hands with the communist, Mikhail Gorbachev, who's also a Mason. Okay, this is a picture of Vladimir Lenin. This is the individual whose philosophy the United Nations supports.
So it says Secretary General Yahawah. Now I have a book coming out called The Holy Alliances. It won't be the book verse, I can tell you right now. And I've got a number of quotes in there on the United Nations. The people who are hanging out at the United Nations are and yeah, I'm just going to report that, but that's just what it is. And so
anybody else have anything?
Yeah.
All right, you have anything to say on it, Brother, what's up on Nelson Mandela again?
Yeah, there was also this, I believe in some, before 1996, they released these postcard stamps. They were showing him all these different parties. They were wearing all these Masonic robes. I think if you go on Google Images, you're going to find all of that if the image were going to show up on the screen. Because mainly Esau has infiltrated all these nations. All the top leaders, they all defiled under Esau's rulership. He has all of them under his clutches. But now the light is coming out right now. And most people, they're still, the main problem with you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you're still looking up to this goddamn devil. He's a heathen. A lot of you are still worshiping this guy, thinking that he's some sort of a hero. Even himself, he said it out of his own mouth. You know, people should not look at me as a hero. I've done bad things. Out of his own mouth, he once said that. Okay, but these are some of the information people don't even know about. Trusting in his Hamites, and you're not going to receive salvation. Okay, in these nations. Was that in Zephaniah? It says, gather yourself, the 2nd chapter, O nation not desired. We are still not desired unto this day. That's why we have to stay away from these nations and cleave unto Yahawashi and Yahawashi.
These are the images they're speaking about?
Khan.
Yeah. That's that making here. That star is the star Molech.
Even this whole story about that, he spent 27 years behind bars. There were images, I think they took them down. There was a website. They showed he never spent 27 years. During the during the so-called 27 years, which he spent in prison, there were images of him somewhere in Mauritius, out there in shorts, having fun. That goes to show you there's a lot of lies and a lot of deception. History is not always what it may be presented as Esau has laid out the foundation.
But trust that enemy. Many years they rule in the sea. All the things that Esau showed.
Even can you scroll up? When it shows the so-called prison number that he had was 46664. That was not even his actual prison number. It is also another lie. There was also a concert campaign of his concert. They call it what? It is the power. It is in your hand. All these are what? Subliminal messages, of which messages are not even aware of those things. That was not even his actual prison number, 46664.
It says Nelson Mandela equal Freemason and terrorist is a Freemason and a terrorist. It was a Twitter. Okay. All right. I learned something. So what up?
The 666 did you catch?
I guess as I see him, Mahatma Gandhi was set up too.
The same thing, the same story. The so-called leaders that the world are they're looking up to these guys, man. They're nothing but filth, deceivers and liars, all of them. The true leaders are not going to be acknowledged. Just like Yahawashi was rejected, the same thing is going to happen unto the ones who are the actual leaders. They're not going to be what we are. Numbers 23, we shall no longer be reckoned among the nations. So it is impossible for these so-called icons we see today to be the true leaders. It's impossible.
Yeah. Hey, you're just giving it to the hands of the wicked. So anybody that leading the wicked, nevertheless, but they underneath Esau. Hey. All right.
I got a precept, Isaiah 45, verse 22.
Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 45, verse 22 says, "Look unto me and be saved, all ye ends of the earth, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I have sown by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and it shall not return unto me." It says, Isaiah 45, verse 23, "I have sown by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, and every tongue shall swear." The word is coming out. The whole volume of the book of Yahawashi has been declared. The whole volume, nothing but the truth. The sound doctrine of Yahawashi is what is being preached. It says in the book of Matthew 24 and 14, this gospel of the kingdom, the light of the world, is shining right now.
This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 9 and 10. "Wherefore Yahawah also had highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahawashi every knee should bow, of the things in heaven and in the things in the earth and the things under the earth." Right? "And every tongue shall confess that Yahawashi that Yahawashi Amashayah is Lord, to the glory of the power of the Father." So, as I said, nobody can deny, because the whole book has been brought forth to the whole planet Earth, right? The whole book, right, to the sealing of the saints and the condemnation of all the evildoers and the wicked. You understand? And when the judgment comes, like for example, when all these plagues, as in they will say it's Mother Nature doing it, or they will even say it's the HAP and NASA doing these storms, these hurricanes. It's the Most High doing it. And we out here saying that, Isaiah 26, 29 and 6, we saying it. We are the being voice. We speak it and say that this is the power of Yahawashi. So that destruction that you're calling a natural disaster, that's a weapon that the Most High use against the wicked and the rebellious, right? And he's also going to bring forth what? Famine of the word, because hey, guess what? This word is what comforts us. And when this word is taken away, and when the saints taken away, and when the Most High keep them underneath his wing and he provided for them, what the rest of the world going to do? You know? It's this all praise and all honor and all glory go to Yahawashi. No? Yahawadah. Yahawadah. Yeah, you have anything?
La.
Washa.
Still get to know some from partially.
You have any closing scripture?
Before you went out. Didn't you have to buy a rum?
Oh.
Close off at Matthew 5. I'll start at verse 6. I will start at verse 3. come down. He said, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see power. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of power.
That's right.
Blessed are they which persecuted for righteousness' sake, for there is the kingdom of heaven. So we gotta keep pushing this word. As Paul say, we gotta finish the course till the end, because we know what lead up for we a crown of righteousness. The scripture in 2nd Ezra 2 verse 42. The Most High said, crowns upon we head. You know, we easy men that put off that mortal into immortal and confess the name of Yahawah Shem Yoshai. There we are crowned. So, you know.
Alright, so we therefore got Pasha here, Isaiah 45, chapter 23. Says, I have sworn by myself, the words is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and I shall not return, and shall not return, and on that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear. Surely shall one say in the Lord have I righteousness and strength, even to him shall men come, and all that are in incense against him shall be ashamed. In the Lord shall all the seed of Israel be justified and shall glory. One precept we're talking about.
I got a precept. Colossians 1, instead of verse 22, 26. It's a Colossians 1 and 26. Even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. That's why we're able to bring out this information against Esau. The darkness which Esau has been hiding, now everything has been what has been brought into the light. Yahawashi said, what? We are the light of the world. We're supposed to be coming out here making proof of our ministry. Because we got the light, the light that we must bring out, the truth, what has been going on and what's to come. It says, to whom the Most High would make known what is the riches of the glory of his mystery among the Gentiles, Israelites, foreigners, which is Hamashiach in you, the hope of glory, whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Hamashiach Yahawashi, whereunto I also labor, striving according to his working, which worketh in me mightily. And that's one of the main things we must be praying for, that what endurance, he that endure unto the same, until the end, the same shall be saved.
This is Daniel chapter 12 verse 2. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of Israel, of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was never since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time the people shall be delivered, every one that should be found written in the book. And that's the time that we're going in. That great time of affliction, the time of Esau coming down hard to persecute us, right? The ones that are written in the book gonna be the elect. Nevertheless they're gonna be saved, right? And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, right? That does go back to what confusion, right? And some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. So you see, so that reward coming. You know, we're gonna be the true stars. You know, we're gonna be the true stars. Oh, right now we are the elect. You know, to shine forever and ever. Our glory coming alongside with Yahawashi. Well, we're gonna be alongside Yahawashi and King David and the other mighty men. Right? So with that, we give all praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa Qadash, honors to the apostles and the elders. Salutations to the brothers that preach and teach this word in sincerity and in truth. Brother Kosha saying all praises to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa Qadash too. Right? Satan trying his best, but the work will go on. Right? So, Shalom, Akim, Tawada, Akim, Odi, and Kalan God, for tuning in. Pray that the lesson was edifying. Right? Shalom. Till the next episode.
Yahawah.
Shalom.